So where do these cognitive distortions and negative thoughts and negative emotions come from? Well, they come from memes and negative belief systems. Have you heard of memes? It's a relatively new term, only a couple of decades old. A meme is a grouping of related beliefs that are passed down from one culture, one generation, one ethnic group, one religious sect, one political system to the next generation. Memes spread through the behaviors that they generate and their hosts. So Richard Brody, in his book Virus of the Mind, called these cognitive viruses, not biological viruses. And all memes consist of beliefs. You like my slide? I have to give my partner credit for that one. So this is an extremely important slide, everyone, because if you get nothing but a real understanding of this slide, I will be happy. I'll be at a 10, because it could possibly change the way you look at life. We all need to realize that negative beliefs come from untruths. So belief refers to the mental acceptance of an idea or conclusion, often a doctrine or dogma. And beliefs are made up of fact, faith, and opinion. Fact is a belief in a thing that has been proven, the state of things as they are, reality, actuality, truth. However, facts can be proven wrong. We have 8 planets in the solar system now, not 9, and the last time I checked, our Earth is still round. And we have a brain that continues to grow into adulthood. It doesn't stop at adolescence. So the danger is that even though a fact has been proven wrong, if it's something that you've held on to for a long time, you don't want to give it up. So from time to time, we kind of have to check even our facts to make sure that they're still true. Faith is unquestioning belief, trust, or confidence that does not require proof or evidence. Religion, politics, and Santa Claus are the best examples of faith. They're good stuff, but we must always be willing to ask, are my faith-based beliefs causing cognitive distortions that create negative emotions? If the answer is yes, then you got to do something about that. You got to start examining your faith-based beliefs. Opinion is a belief not based on absolute certainty or positive knowledge, but on what seems true, valid, often based on experiences. Opinion applies to a conclusion or judgment, which while it remains open to dispute, seems true or probably to one's own mind. So to live a healthy, happy, more meaningful life, you have to question your opinions every day. So remember, question your facts, examine your faiths, and challenge your opinions every day. Now, one of my favorite metaphoric stories about cognitive distortions is Lewis Carroll's Through the Looking Glass. Remember where Alice steps through the mirror and she goes into this world where everything is backwards. She has to walk backwards to get somewhere. She has to hold up her poem Jabberwocky to read it. The tale plays with reverse logic and thought. So let's see how our thoughts get distorted looking through our belief systems. Did you know there are 20,000 moments of cognition in a 16-hour day? Your brain registers 20,000 moments of thought. The relevant ones are stored in your conscious. The irrelevant ones are thrown away or embedded into your subconscious. So a triggering event could be one of those 20,000, and it could be anything and everything, utilizing your 5 senses of sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. Right? So the triggering event gets your cognition going, and we're going to talk about where in the brain exactly that happens in the next hour. So the triggering events get your cognition started, and then your mind brings in facts. And then your mind looks through the internal looking glass, our belief filter, and the shape of the belief filter is determined by our memes and beliefs, just like the lens of our camera or binoculars. The image can be distorted, backwards, upside down, magnified, minimized, all depending on your belief filter, the looking glass. Now look at the looking glass. Does that look like it's typed on a straight line? It looks curved, doesn't it? Because of the shape of the elliptical glass that it's in. It's an optical illusion, just like our cognitive distortions. Then the fully formed thought with facts, means, beliefs, faith, and opinions through the looking glass, through our mental filter, is going to give us our emotion. It's going to trigger the limbic system in the brain that gives you an emotion. Either happy, are you ready? I don't want to scare you again. Or unhappy, sad. Somewhere on our JOMAC scale. So what's the big deal with emotions and beliefs? We're going to take a break in just a moment after this slide. Emotions are not just feelings. Emotions trigger physiological changes in our brain all the way down to our cellular level. So for those of you who don't believe or understand how powerful our emotions are, here are some examples. When we have thoughts of embarrassment, we flush, don't we? Just thinking about it. When we have thoughts of anxiety, we get hives. When we get hungry, digestive enzymes flow. Sorry guys, but if you have romantic thoughts with or without a woman in the room, you get an erection. I don't see anybody laughing. Surprise causes goosebumps. Thoughts of good events or bad events can increase heart rate, perspiration, hormones release. Adrenaline, dopamine, serotonin, all released as a result of your emotions. All of these bodily functions are created by emotions created by a thought, often a distorted thought from negative beliefs. If you still don't believe how powerful this is, consider the placebo effect. We all know the success of the placebo research, right? It's a great example of the power of belief. As a matter of fact, in many studies, hundreds of studies, placebos outperform the real drugs. So our body responds to our thoughts in a very, very powerful way. It can unleash the power of genetic disposition. Dr. Bruce Lipton, who wrote The Biology of Belief in 2005, agrees that DNA is the computer program that houses your genes. For example, you carry the mutated genes for cancer. Although only 0.3% of the population, only 0.3, small number, of the population actually inherit the mutated genes. It is the proteins that encapsulate the gene that works as an on and off switch that activates the disease. So Dr. Lipton's research showed that not all of the inherited mutated genes develop into cancer. You may have it, but if you don't activate it, you're not going to get it. Even an inherited mutated gene has to receive a trigger to develop the cells. So not everyone, I just want to make this point clear, not everyone who inherits the mutated genes will develop cancer. In fact, 90 to 95% of all cancers are derived from environmentally induced epigenetic factors that you see here, including stress and negative beliefs. Remember the placebos? We control what our cells do, consciously or unconsciously. The environment of the cells is much more crucial than the genetics behind it. So our negative beliefs can trigger a dormant cell or start the mutation of a healthy cell. So there's a far greater probability of developing cancer from your environment, including stress and negative beliefs, than from your genetic heritability. Very powerful statement. The fact that you believe the placebo pill works, make it work. In the same way, your beliefs can control biology. So Henry Ford was right when he said, whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're probably right. Now you know the reason why. Now we know why. So how's your belief system? Is it healthy? Is it keeping you healthy? Or is it creating a disease that had little or no chance of happening in the first place? So, what's in your wallet?